welcome to Free Media. I'm Robby Soave.
And I'm Amber Duke. YouTube has reached a settlement with President Trump. The tech giant will donate $24.5 million to the Trust for the National Mall, which will be spent on the construction of the White House ballroom. This resolves Trump's lawsuit against the company, which he filed after YouTube banned him from the platform following the events of January 6, 2021.
So this brings to end his legal situation with Google, YouTube. Similar things have happened with Facebook and with X. Now, I am totally against the moderation policies that led to Trump's permanent ban and all the COVID stuff and the election stuff. The Hill, I've said it a million times, people, longtime viewers know that we got suspended at Rising for a week for violating an election denial policy because we played a clip of, I know people are sick of hearing this if they listen to any of my other things, but we played a clip of Trump saying the election was stolen. We didn't say it. He said it. We just reported on the news. And that got us in trouble. Many such cases. So I am glad we are moving on from that era. Now, neither Trump nor anybody else has a right to be on YouTube. So I think if this case would have went to trial, he would not have won. But I think the tech companies would rather, they're embarrassed that they had those policies, make a little in-kind contribution, and play nice with Trump. I think they've learned that if you're nice to Trump, Trump is nice to you, and maybe that's not ideal, but it is easier than dealing with people somewhat in both parties, but including the Democrats who want the companies broken up regardless.
Yeah, well, and one of the biggest problems with the tech censorship from, let's say, 2020 to 2023 is like the height of it, or 2024, is that a lot of them were found to be actually colluding with one another.
Yes.
So basically, if you were banned off of one of the platforms, everybody else would follow suit. And
sometimes because they were all getting the same emails from the CDC or whatever.
Then there was the problem of if you tried to create an alternative platform, you would be pulled off of the App Store from Google or Apple, or you even would not be able to host your app through Amazon Web Services, which was sort of the dominant host for pretty much every website or app in the country. So there was really a 1-2 punch of censoring disfavored voices and then preventing them from creating an alternate platform or revenue stream with which they could continue speaking. So to me, the monopolization of the censorship process is what made this very dastardly.
Well, I think it goes to show that even if you thought there was too much uniformity of the policies among the major companies, that was eventually eroded by market forces, by Elon buying one of the companies, so that then changed its policies. Now you have, Blue Sky has whatever far left policies or policies that accord with far left people. You've got Twitter, which they would say just favorable to free speech at all, but ends up being favorable to the right. And you've got a range of policies in between. And I think we have a much healthier tech landscape now, in addition to these admissions that YouTube made or Google made in the last week to Jim Jordan about how their policies, their bad policies, were motivated. They threw Biden under the bus. They said, buy what the Biden administration said to us. I think there is am I naive to think there's a lesson learned? It seems like it has to some degree to me. I know we discussed this before.
Yeah, I mean, didn't YouTube also, Alex Jones and Nick Fuentes tried to rejoin the platform after the settlement was announced and were summarily kicked off within hours. So, I mean, regardless of what you think about them, to me,
I would like to see what their rationale is for what their, I mean, they have policies. They could say that they violated some policy or another. Maybe it's two. I certainly have pretty robust free speech policies. Alex Jones is, and actually Nick Fuentes too, I will admit this, I find absolutely hilarious and entertaining.
They're very entertaining.
Even as they are, Fuentes vile in his views toward a whole host of people, including Jews, but not. The policy of suppressing it is not working because
he's more popular than ever.
He's more popular than ever. I see his clips everywhere, and just the whole this shows the hollowness of the deplatforming approach. Deplatforming him is not working. It can't possibly be total enough to shut him out. He is gaining influence and attention. because there's a tremendous dissatisfaction among the right and the left with America's Israel policy, and that is causing him to gain ground. Now, he is not someone who is just critical of the Israeli policy. He is, like, I'm not being unfair to him, he is abjectly racist toward Jewish people, and I think that is totally wrong. But his perspective is becoming more widely held, and it's I think bringing people down an incorrect pathway, but needs to be countered with honesty, not with ignoring it.
Yeah, and I think the other issue is that there's still a, I guess, imbalance in enforcement against people like Nick Fuentes or Alex Jones, where if you're Hillary Clinton and you say that like it's all white Christian men doing the violence, like that won't get you banned from YouTube. But you're effectively doing the same thing, which is like categorizing one group of people in a hateful way.
Yeah, if the inequality in that policy, if that's the one they're citing, would be suspect. But I'm hoping that the tech companies have learned a lesson. I think they've to some degree learned a lesson. That doesn't mean they're going to be perfect moving forward, nor does it mean that I think Trump should extort them all into donating to the fucking ballroom or whatever it is. But I'm sure it's nice.
At least you're not paying
we'll
for
get our
it,
dancing.
right?
Yeah, well, that's true. We'll get our dancing shoes on. But I know that tech CEOs are thinking we would rather just do this than deal, which is why they're going to remain.
They're scared of the FTC for sure.
They're scared of the FTC.
Very,
They're scared of Elizabeth Warren. I'm scared of Elizabeth Warren. Nobody's going to steal the dancing shoes out of my, the ballroom garb out of my wardrobe if I had one.
Do you think we'll get invited to the White House Christmas ball?
That would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
It would.
They should bring us.
I'll never say a mean thing. Just kidding.
Well, we're not going to, we're not, as important influencers as the people usually in the White House.
We're not Don Luker.
We're not, I don't even
Breaker
know who that
of
is.
narratives.
Who is that?
He's the one who asked about putting Hillary in jail, I think.
Okay. I'll get
The black guy with the
I'll get my
dreads.
Tim Pool beanie on.
Great.
You may need like a blonde wig to be
Oh, shit.
Brianna Morello or someone. And,
Oh my gosh.
And we'll be.
I don't look good blonde. I could never.
You're a beautiful brunette.
Well, thank you.
Yes. All right. That does it for us today on Free Media. Thanks for watching. Let us know how we're doing. Leave a comment, and we'll see you next week. Also, I'll be back with Niall later this week. Look out for that.